So yesterday when I made my soup, it was phenomenal. And I thought something is missing. I just couldn't pin it. And then later on when I was eating a second bowl, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to add butter to it. That's one of my little secrets when I'm making soup, just to give it a little bit of flavor. And I'm wondering about you. I ended up adding a lot of salt to it. I got my butter here, earth balance, to add to the potatoes. And I'm just going to slice up these oranges. So when I'm slicing oranges, I just like to slice them like that. And then what I do is I just flip it like this and cut out the end. And that's it. Really good and cold. I'm just having a little laugh because as I'm snacking away on the oranges, I picked up this. You ever do that? So I think what I'm going to do is take some of these oranges out. Just so I can snack on them for what they are. But I'm also being reminded of a recipe I used to use a long time ago. So I would basically, before I was vegan, I would take some canned mandarins because they already had like a sugary taste to them. And then I would put that on top of my ham, mix it in with my potatoes, and it was really good. And I forgot about that. So what I'm going to do here is just take some of my oranges and squeeze them just so there's like some juice. And then I can, eat this. I want the oranges to be like pulpy too. And then all I'm going to do is add some sugar. Well, maybe I added a lot of sugar. I didn't say this was healthy. And this is just like an old recipe. So I'm going to, when I'm mashing my potatoes, I'm going to separate some of those potatoes and mash them in this like orange sugar mixture. So I'm going to have like two kinds of potatoes. And I'm going to mash the potatoes first before I add these oranges. I'm just going to like lightly mash them. And the rest I'm going to eat right now. Sometimes I put cinnamon on my oranges. I really like that, but it's nice just to have them for what they are. I also like mixing oranges with green grapes or apples. Wasn't feeling too hungry, but now I'm getting hungry. How about you? I'm just getting organized here. I've got the Italian dressing salad, the balsamic and Italian dressing salad, balsamic vinegar, and I've also got my orange and sugar combination. And then I felt like something was missing, and so I thought, you know what? I froze these the other day. This is the lentil patties, and there's some leftovers. So I was curious, like, if these would even refreeze, if they would freeze nicely or not. So I'm just going to take out two of them and get them in the little toaster here. So see if this experiment works or not. Really good. So I like to cook. I do enjoy baking, but not as much as I like cooking. I set it to 450. So I'm wondering if these can just go in cold and then basically defrost and reheat in no time without really cooking any further. So I'm excited to try that. I forgot to mention too, once my potatoes are ready for mashing, I'm going to add, like I said, the earth balanced vegan butter, and I'm going to also add the Almond Breeze unsweetened vanilla. And you know what? I noticed the brand or the kind that I really like in my coffee, it's sweetened vanilla. So there's some sugar, I guess, added to it. And that's the one that I like for my coffee. So I bought another one. It's in the fridge. And I figure I might as well use this one for the mashed potatoes. And I'm wondering, what kind of vegan milk products are you using? Do you prefer the almond over the cashew? There's actually lots of different kinds. The oat, and I think initially it was the oat sweetened vanilla that I liked. So just kind of depends what's on the shelf when I go to the grocery store. And the nice thing, at least about this kind here, is it can stay in the cupboard until you open it. So it saves room in the fridge if you're stocking up. And I think it's good until, yeah, it's good until July 2025, and it's only October 2024. So if you're going camping or something like that, that would be ideal. This morning in my journal, I was, keeping those dreams alive, and I was thinking about, oh, I'm gonna really like to go on a little vacation somewhere sunny um, this winter, and I'd really like to travel. But for what it's worth, when I travel, I think I might just enjoy renting a trailer and a cabin, like kind of flip flopping between the two, and just staying at different campsites. I think that would be really nice. And I don't want to overthink it, but anyways, I think this would be a good idea to bring because you don't have to keep it in the fridge until you open it. So let me know, what strategies do you use when you go camping, and what are you hoping and dreaming? So the potatoes boiling smell really, really good. And part of me wants to keep the water when I strain it to make a soup, but I'm not going to. I wonder if you do stuff like that. If I was camping, or if this was my own kitchen, then maybe I would put this the potato broth in the fridge, and then the next day make a soup out of it. Um, Good old fashioned cooking, you know. So I'm wondering about you. And I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, I was keeping things simple, and I still am. But I'm going to get the Veganese, the vegan mayonnaise, and I think it's French's name brand mustard, and mix those together. So I have a sauce for this. So it's really easy to make this, almost too easy. So I'm just going to take some Veganese, it's Earth Island brand. French's mustard. And if you had, a different kind of mustard, I went through a little phase where I had like every mustard possibly like humanly possible, is what I'm trying to say. Like I had the spicy mustard with the wasabi mixed in there, and I also had honey mustard and everything else you can imagine mustard. And it's just really nice to play with ingredients like that. So I'm just mixing this up. If you want it thicker, then you need more of the mayonnaise, or veganese, I guess in this case. And if you want it thinner, add more mustard. It's a little bit of a fine line, I guess. And it's great just like this. If you wanted to add some relish to it or chop up some pickles, you can. I'm going to add some spicy peppers. This is just reduce, reuse, recycle. It's in an old jar that used to be peaches. My dad made this. Okay, so just mixing in the peppers. I find I feel like I can't have enough of these peppers, but then it's like it catches up on you when you're eating it. And I'm going to add some sauerkraut in here as well. So this is intentionally to be placed on top of my my patties, my lentil patties, and then the rest of it I'm just going to blob onto my potatoes. So I'm really looking forward to my potatoes, and I'm just going to keep this fork handy. This is Kind sauerkraut. I really like it. So I have it handy for when my potatoes are ready. And now I'm really getting hungry. The oranges, the parts of the peel had some pieces of pulp on it, and my intention was to squeeze them into a glass, and then I was going to drink that, and then I wasn't thinking, I just put them all in the garburator. So I guess I'm distracted today. Writing book 5, it's a big one. I'm almost done, and that's okay. I'm wondering if you can relate. But I'm enjoying myself here, and I hope you are too. I'm just checking on my patties here. This is an experiment, so if it doesn't work out, it's okay. But the intention is to see if I can freeze lentil patties, and I'm also wondering if this is something that I could have in the future. You know, when people are having burgers, maybe I can pull this out. So it feels like it's going to be okay. The inside is cooking away. I was worried it was going to be frozen in there, so I guess 450 is a good temperature to reheat this at. And I'm just wondering, what do you reheat things at? You know, when it comes to pizza, I tend to reheat that on like, I don't know, like 350, 375, somewhere in there. Just to kind of like warm it up a little bit. I don't know. I'm wondering about you, other things when you cook them from frozen. It's hard to find a balance because sometimes it starts burning and the inside is still cold. And the nice thing is that these are already cooked. So I'm excited about it, especially now that I have this sauce here. So I've got 4 bowls lined up, and I'm not going to make anything else, but I am going to find something to drink. So I went for the Canada Dry. I do have some tea, but I left it upstairs. That's okay. Wondering, how do you get your water? Do you mix it like I do with bags of tea, herbal tea? Do you go through phases where you have pop? I typically drink, I don't know, I don't really go by the cups, but like one mason jar, that's 500 milliliters. And I basically drink 2 to 4 of those a day. So at nighttime when I go to bed, I'll basically like take a cup with me. But before I actually go to sleep, I'll pour myself a fresh cup. And when I wake up throughout the middle of the night, I don't feel stressed out about it or anything. I just feel, you know, good about waking up. I feel rested. I drink usually about half of the jar of water. And then I go back to sleep. And I always save a little bit just to sip for when I wake up in the morning. And during the day, usually when I'm doing cooking with Gina, that's when I'll get my other water. But lately I've been drinking sugary things and booze. And that's okay. It's a nice change. And it's good. So I'm thinking tomorrow is going to be a leftover kind of day. Folks I live with are having pizza right now, and so that's okay. I wouldn't mind grabbing a slice, but since I'm making a fresh meal here, I'm going to save my appetite for this. And tomorrow we'll see what I do with leftovers. I think with the leftover mashed potatoes, It might be nice to make like potato patties, and assuming these patties here with the lentils turn out, I don't see why the potato patties wouldn't, you know. Um, I also have spaghetti squash and another kind of squash that I need to cook, and so you never know. I might make patties out of that too. I don't know. But I like just thinking about food and what's at home, and how I can combine the groceries. And I really like how I've been able to combine the groceries that I do have, and just how my meals come together. Um, so again, I've said this a lot, but cooking really does bring me joy, and it's something that's always come easily to me. So I'm wondering what brings you joy, what comes easy to you. And if you've ever taken like a challenge or something, like a 21-day challenge or a 31 or a 30-day challenge, where you do something. And for me, this is what I'm doing. I don't know how much longer I'll do it for. I mean, I'm going to be cooking for myself, but I mean, like in terms of making videos, I'm enjoying this, you know. And then, as I mentioned, I'm going to put together a little cookbook, and it'll be fun. But before any cookbook, I'm finishing book 5 of Dragon Dreams and publishing that. So I like to typically pour my cans of pop or cans of beer in a glass, but whatever. Sometimes I like to put pop in a wine glass just because it's fun, and I'm wondering about you. Oh, and water too in a wine glass. It's just fun to have a wine glass. And I like at Halloween, Christmas time, there's like fancy goblets that come out, and I love going to the thrift store and getting, you know, different crystal glasses. And I can't wait to get a place of my own again and hit the thrift stores looking out for that kind of stuff. How about you? So these are ready. They seem to cook in no time, really. I cut this one up. They seem like they're on the flaky side, and they also seem soft. They might look hard on the screen, but they're soft. They're kind of harder on the outside. Um, so I'm excited about this. And my potatoes, I think just like another 5 minutes, and I'm going to mash them. Not even 5 minutes. They're almost ready to mash now. I just want to make sure. I don't know if it's happened to you, but sometimes I take them out of the water a little bit too early, and there's still just a little bit of hardness in there, and I want to make sure it's all nice and smooth. Let me know if you can relate in the comments. It's worth the wait. So I got 2 bowls here ready. Well, one bowl ready, I should say. I'm going to mash my potatoes, and then I'm going to take a bunch out, put it in here, and then I'm just going to mash these with some oranges. So I can't wait. And then some of these oranges, I'm going to keep them whole, just to pour on my potatoes. It's going to be really good. So I strained my potatoes, and just like my pasta noodles, I like to leave a little bit of water in there. Ooh. The butter's a little bit hard. That's okay. I thought it would be a bit softer just because it's been on the counter for a little bit. So I love butter in my potatoes, and I also love salt and pepper. This is getting a bit hard to crush at the end. Ooh. Sometimes I put extra pepper in my potatoes. Just kind of depends what mood I'm in. It smells really good. So I'm just going to mash away here, and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to add some of this vegan milk to it. Not really for flavor, just to give it like some creaminess texture. I find it's always nice not to, like when you strain the water, or when you strain the potatoes, like I was saying, it's nice to leave some water in there. That way, it kind of helps like make a sauce out of it. And of course the butter, it just all comes together nicely. And some people use like a food processor or one of those magic ones to blend up their mashed potatoes. I'm wondering about you. I don't like to over mash them. I think that's good enough. So now what I'm going to do is just put some in with my oranges. Okay, so just for space issues, I think it's easier if I just put the butter mashed potatoes there. And then I'm going to pour this right in here. And initially I was going to keep some oranges whole to make it look pretty, but I'm not going to do that anymore. So I'm basically just going to go to town mashing. And every time I mash, I'm just making it a point to squash an orange. And then I think this is enough mashing. I think potatoes are kind of like dough. You don't want to overdo it. And I like this spoon. It's nice and big and wide, just to stir it around. So there it is. So my favorite part, I'm just going to put my plate together and give it a taste. All right, so I'm going to take my orange potatoes here. Just put a nice blob in the center. Oh yeah. Got myself some regular butter potatoes. Put a blob there. A blob here, a blob there. I think I'm going to take a spoon and just kind of spread this a little bit. I got oranges on this side, and this side is just the regular potatoes. This is going to be good. Okay, now what I want to do. Now I put the hummus away just because I felt like I already had enough stuff out. I was looking for those scissors. I think I'll just cut my patty here on the side just to save on. I like to like cut up my stuff and then just like pour the sauces on it. So I got it cut up here. I think I'm gonna put that right in the center. Now I'm gonna add my mayonnaise, veganaise, and sauce right into the middle. Add a scoop of sauerkraut to it as well. Maybe 2 scoops. This is getting to be a big plate. And then I've got my balsamic vinegar with cucumber and red peppers. And I intentionally want to spread that on my potatoes. Oh yeah. And then, not done yet, I've got my balsamic vinegar mixture. I mean, my Italian dressing mixture. I want to make sure that I get that as well. So I usually eat about once a day. And then if I'm hungry, I'm trying to get back in the habit of, you know, instead of going for junk food or whatever, to have a fruit or a leftover bowl of soup or something. So this looks divine, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to use this spoon here. I don't know where to start. I'll give you a close-up. So I think what I'm excited about is the oranges and potatoes. So there's a nice piece right here, and it's mixed in a little bit with some sauerkraut. Mm, really good. I wasn't planning on mixing the oranges with my potatoes, but then it just all came together like things tend to do. This here is some cucumber, balsamic vinegar. I'm trying to get some orange on there. There we go, orange pepper. And there's just a little piece of my patty on there as well. Mmm, it's really good. I'm gonna go to the other side now. This is the regular mashed potatoes. This has some Italian dressing on it. Mmm, really good. Mmm, yum. And then I've got some of that mustard mayonnaise sauce, mixing it with potatoes. Mmm, really good. And now I've just got that mustard sauce mixed with patty piece, um, leftover lentils that I use biscuit with to make patties, with some potatoes and sauce mixed in there. Mmm, it's just so good. And the patty on its own is really great. It doesn't taste like a patty that I'd want to put like ketchup or mustard on, but putting a sauce like this on that has mustard on it works really well. And I can also see myself using this to make like a mock chicken burger. Um, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I think I'm going to devour this in no time. So thank you so much for watching Cooking with Gina. Again, my name is Gina Virginia Casella. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella. And I'd love for you to join my Facebook group, Present Moment Alchemy. Let me know what's cooking in your kitchen. Until next time, see ya.